Drawman,
Yes?
I just want you to know, I really appreciate the fact that you're here. I mean, I'm really thankful for the fact that you've stuck with us as long as you have, that you've provided us with this art, and especially put up with my bull crap, so thank you. I'm glad that you're a part of Team Pizza.
And I'm really glad you and Hitting the Truth invited me and put up with all of my nonsense too. I really appreciate you letting me be a part of the team and letting me do this with you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem, buddy.
Oh no!
So welcome to Team Pizza Plays, everybody. I'm Whatthefnu. The person crying in the corner is Drawman.
Why?
And today we are playing Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric for the Wii U because it brings Drawman terrible pain and I'm a terrible person.
With CryEngine.
You can't even imagine what's going through his head right now. Like that, I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually crying.
Why would you do this? Why would anybody do this?
Let's see here. Let's start up a brand new game.
Oh, there's nothing brand or new about this at all.
He hates this game, and that's going to become increasingly clear as this goes by.
Game is disgusting.
This whole thing is just going to be laughing at his pain. This is direct payback for all the puns you've made during the Pizza Cast over the years. You realize that, right?
Was it worth it? Maybe.
Kind of.
Oh.
Like, I actually got this game pretty cheap. And for those of you who are asking, I bought it used.
Why would you buy it? You didn't even have to buy this game. This game should only be acquired by having. You should only have acquired this game by stabbing someone in the dark back alley and
there we
grabbing
go.
this game
Sonic's
by
dead.
mistake.
Game's over, everybody.
What an apt metaphor for what this game really is.
Yeah, it's kind of funny they start off on that shot, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh. You know what this scene reminds me of? That one shot from Sonic Unleashed. How'd you get here so quickly?
It's almost as if I'm the fastest thing alive. That's awful Sonic's voice now. Hey, let's go on an adventure.
Hold on a second. Do you notice? Look very carefully at the characters, like in between shots, when they do that whole fade to black thing. Like they have like a second or two of just blackness.
Yep.
Did that look weird to anyone else?
Oh no, here's the funny part about this game. Well, one of the funny... This is not a game, this is more just a collection of video clips and codes. So, this travesty of digital art, if you look closely in a lot of the running sequences, a lot of the characters show up before Sonic. As if they've kind of just been rubber banded, hot glued.
Wait a minute, Amy was walking into the railing there for a second.
Oh, trust me, it gets better. It gets even better.
How does it get? Whoa! Everybody just kind of was hanging around Sonic's general area there for a second.
Another apt metaphor for this game.
I'm gonna have to slow this down in post. This is weird. I'm seeing some things that'll probably make a lot more sense if I frame by frame them.
Oh, trust me, dude. You know, you can say something just gets better with as time goes on. How it's just like a hidden treasure trove that you just keep finding more.
This isn't one of those games. I take it.
This is the opposite of that. This is a trash bin that the more you root around in it, the more garbage you find.
Okay, we shouldn't bash on this too hard. I'm sure there's at least one person out there who likes this. And I did play through a little bit of it just so I knew what I was going to be doing. For the reasons I talked about in Banjo-Kazooie, I like to know what I'm doing so I'm not wandering around for hours on end.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have played through this to a point. I've seen most of the story, at least what I think is most of the story. Then again, the title screen said I was only about 26% done with the game, so there you go.
Yeah, it's like, I've talked to a couple of friends about Twilight, about the Hunger Games, about a lot of things. If you like whatever you like, more power to you. You like it. That's awesome. You found something that makes you happy. I'm happy for you. And if someone likes Sonic Boom, that's
Eggman
awesome.
just said toodles.
I die. You know, I can say I die a little on the inside, but that's an exaggeration. I'm dead. Not on the inside. I am just dead.
For a second, I thought you were going to say, at this point, you're just numb to it all. Like, you've just accepted that this game is going to let you down at every corner.
Oh no, I accept it. I still hate it. And if someone likes it, more power to them. I'm glad you found something that makes you happy, but this game is awful.
See, here's the interesting thing, though. I find the reaction to this game fascinating. I know the internet is going to be the internet, but anyone will tell you the opposite of love is not hate, it's apathy. Like, love is about caring, it's about understanding something and loving something as much as you can, but things just not working out the way you want them to. Hate, you still care quite a bit about something. Apparently I can't do anything about this shrine right here. Can I spin dash? Yes, I can. Oh, and he announces it too. That's wonderful.
See, that's a word you said. Can it be applied to this situation?
Yeah, I gotta be careful with that. Words mean things. I always tell that to people. Practice what you preach. Okay, so I've got... This is another thing that bothered me. I've got 100 rings. Rings function differently in this than they do in any other Sonic game. Like, you pick them up, but they cap out at 100, and you lose a little bit of them every time you get hit. So they function something like a life bar. So they give me these giant trails of rings to follow, but they don't mean anything, because I didn't get hit in that fight.
Another apt metaphor for this game.
Just that it doesn't mean anything? Or it's trying to lead me down a path with treasure with shinies that don't actually equate to anything.
More like a long, arduous path to nowhere.
Also, there are these crowns all over the place. We'll talk about those in a second. Like, I'm not gonna try to 100% this like I am Banjo-Kazooie, okay? Simply because there are certain points where it would just be too much of a pain in the ass.
We did it!
I don't even know why I'm bothering going up here to get those. Like I said, they don't mean anything.
It's your instinct as a gamer to collect and progress.
Like, in the original Sonic games, every single ring meant something. You could collect a whole bunch of them, and the reason you collected a whole bunch of them, and you tried to hoard them as much as possible, it's not only to open the way to the bonus stages in a lot of cases, but if you had a ton of them, you actually... They scattered all over the place, so you had a better chance of grabbing another one again in case you lost them. It was life insurance, pretty much.
Here, however, they'll give you a metric ton of rings. Like, I understand this is basically the tutorial.
Well,
you had your first fight, and someone not used to gameplay may have, lost a bunch of rings, and is now on the road to collecting them all, getting them all back. But here, this is near gratuitous.
Well, here's the other thing. You get a whole bunch of hits. Like, you don't die easily in this game unless you fall down a pit or something. And it's kind of interesting, because if you die in this game, not only do you lose rings, not only do your rings reset, you lose a little bit of this game's currency. Like, whenever I'm kicking open a chest, you get scrap metal. Scrap metal is the money in this game, and anytime you die, you lose some of it. Which equates to me that it's actually possible to fail so much in this game that you're locked out of some of the important purchases you have to make.
What is this place?
Another apt metaphor.
What is this place?
Oh,
that has
gee.
Sonics and Tails on the door itself.
And those tails look like they're... Hold on, wait, watch this part.
It's perfectly cartoon glove-sized.
Yeah, look at that.
Check this out.
It's like it was made for Bugs Bunny. Only he wouldn't be caught dead here, because he's a good character.
This is the... No, don't even start with me. There have been some terrible Looney Tunes games. Okay, that's a battle to fight another day.
You know how much I like punching things.
Okay.
Be my guest.
But yes, it's the Temple of the Looney Tunes.
You see, I would love to go in that. That would be fun.
Didn't Sonic used to have 4 fingers?
Looks like we have a fight,
Yes.
Knuckles.
And didn't his arms used to be blue, no, white instead of blue?
Yep.
I'm just noticing all these tiny little things. Like, none of it bothers me. That's nitpicking at this point.
One thing that bothers me that no one ever notices is that Sonic does not have 2 eyes, but one big mono eye. With
No,
2
everyone
pupils.
notices that. Like, every webcomic I've ever seen with Sonic in it makes fun of that fact.
It's like, I don't want to I don't even want to begin to comprehend that nervous system.
It would be kind of interesting. Maybe... Okay, I've always considered this. Maybe he's just like a llama, where he sees everything in black and white, but the faster he runs, the more colors he sees. Maybe that's why he's always going so speedy all over the place. It's a natural instinct. He wants to see the world for how beautiful it is.
Which he will find nowhere in this game.
Although I hear the cartoon's doing pretty well.
The cartoon's awesome. I love the cartoon.
That's another thing I noticed. Like, what's her name? The one with the boomerang.
Oh,
Skitch or something like that?
I keep wanting to call her Fang.
Yeah, that other character who's part of the main cast. As far as I could tell, I'm hours into this game on the other file. I still haven't seen her yet.
She's like a side quest.
Sonic, no, we can take
Really?
these guys.
Yeah. In some playthroughs I found, she's just kind of standing there on the side, just kind of twiddling her thumbs, and no one really does anything. She's just
Hang on a
she's
sec.
just there.
Hang on a second. Everyone else is radically redesigned. Amy's got a new dress. Sonic has bandages everywhere, including on his shoes, which don't even get me started on that. Knuckles has got his muscle. Metal Sonic, not a single thing has changed. Like, they gave him shoulder blades. That's about it.
Yeah, they gave him pauldrons. Because he's Imperial now.
Also,
He's
he has jet boots, and yet he just continued to walk, to saunter forward towards that closing door. It's like, well, this is happening now.
Because he wanted Sonic to know who was in charge. He didn't need to run towards Sonic. He just needed to
Yeah,
walk.
but now he's locked out of the door, so he can't show him who's in charge.
Well,
And he punches the door. It's like one of those I'm a real boy moments. When he realizes just how artificial he is. Oh, this segment's a lot of fun. Like, I understand what they were trying to do with this. There's 4 beams of light, 4 crystals that they gotta match up in order to open this door, in order to get further into the temple. So, naturally, what do? They get you used to controlling all 4 characters. But the problem is, their levels are totally... They have different mechanics, but they feel exactly the same. It feels like you're... Ugh!
Only one who can handle this
Sorry, every time I see Amy up close in this game, it weirds me out. There's just something about her mouth movement, man.
Get out of here.
it's like, you know when you were a kid and you pretended
Have
to
you
be
been keeping
old
track
by...
of the time, by the way?
Stop, drop, and roll.
Let's see. I say make it to the end of Sonic and then we will... Hold on. Yeah, make it to the end of this part and we will call it.
Rev the engine.
Because I sadly have not been keeping track of time. And there's a reason why. Do you not see what we're playing here?
You were too distracted.
I...
Rings are light.
Distracted is not the word.
Did Sonic
Just-
just... Okay, I didn't catch that line before. Did he literally just say, rings are life? Rings are love, rings are life. Also alluding to the fact that they literally make up his health bar. Rings are life, man.
Well, they're more of an addiction, honestly. It's more so... Sonic... He's... sorry, I normally love to explain Sonic, but... Look at this!
I like to imagine... You gotta wonder what happens to all the extra rings he picks up. He just takes them to a cash for gold shop or something like that.
Oh, I would love if Sonic were pawning these off for coke. How do you think he's going so fast?
I think that'd be a little too on the nose, though, is the problem.
Oh, no, he needs to be more on the nose. He needs to pawn these off for coke, and Tails needs to be addicted to heroin. And Knuckles, well, quite obviously, is on steroids.
No, Sonic is addicted to gambling. Which explains why players never stopped going through the... Oh, what is it? The slot machine stages? Casino Night?
Yeah, Casino Night, yeah!
Bouncy, bouncy.
A good game.
A bounce pad.
Drop and roll.
Ah, that's another thing that... Here's another legitimate criticism. It's one thing when doing a cutscene or doing the first time you encounter something, the characters say, hey, that's a bounce pad. But they do that constantly in this game.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Ugh.
Every single time.
And I know Sonic loves his one-liners. That's one of the things that makes him awesome. He's just having a good time being
The
who he
problem
is.
is, one-liners are like a fine wine. You've got to use... Too much of anything is bad. Also, Knuckles has got a really shiny chin.
They can meet up with us later.
Because of all the body oil he rubs on himself? Maybe that's why he's red, because he's bad tan? In fact, I think
Alright,
we'll call
we'll talk about his bad tan next time, though. Next time on Team Pizza Plays.
if I haven't exploded already.
Also, Nux, you doing okay back there? You having fun, buddy?
This, another
Tails is
metaphor.
looking back even like, what the hell are you doing?